If you're a California landlord, you need to understand the basic rental agreement required by state law. In order to be legally compliant and enforceable, it must include specific elements. We're talking about those things today. Your rental lease agreement needs to include the name and contact information of the landlord or property manager, as well as the names, addresses, and phone numbers of all the tenants. The address of the property must be listed and the term of the lease. Make sure the lease includes information on how much notice should be given before the lease is renewed or terminated. The lease also has to state how much rent will be and when it's due. Include instructions on how and where to pay rent and which forms of payment are acceptable. State whether there is a grace period and if late fees will be charged on payments that come in after the due date. The amount and purpose of the security deposit must also be spelled out in a basic rental agreement. Your lease agreement should include everything that your tenant needs to understand about your property and what you expect from the tenancy. If you're allowing pets, make sure your lease addresses what kinds of pets are allowed, as well as any restrictions. Include information on maintenance and utilities, and be sure to state who is responsible for things like utilities, landscaping, and pool care. Indicate the circumstances under which a landlord or property manager might enter the property, and what kind of notice the tenants are entitled to before that occurs. If something goes wrong during the tenancy, the lease is the first place you and your tenant will look. You're legally required to include information on things such as asbestos and lead. You have to provide written notice about the information that's available pertaining to registered sex offenders in the area. Talk to an attorney or a property manager, or get a template from a qualified association that understands the landlord and tenant law in California. You want to make sure all of your legal bases are covered. Whether you're a first-time landlord who is not sure how to get started with a rental lease agreement, or you're an experienced investor looking for landlord tips, we can help. Contact us at JBL & Associates.